This is Jason Bateman on the cover of Esquire magazine. Today, we're gonna recreate it at 3 focal lengths, 35 millimeters, 50 millimeters, and 85 millimeters.
What?
And we're gonna see if we can get as close as possible to mimicking this in my garage. Go. The first thing we were looking to figure out was the size of the softbox. I started with this little 2.5 footer and we ended up going a little larger into the 42 inch. We were getting a shadow that was being cast from the more concentrated light with the smaller box, and that was completely eliminated when we had the large box. All right, so far so good. We basically have the first set going. This is 35 millimeters, and I can already tell by when I look at the photo that there is no way that they shot this at 35. Just the way that the body looks at 35 is much different, it's much skinnier, and I can tell this is much more flat. So I'm gonna guess it's actually shot maybe closer to 85, but I'm gonna change. I'm gonna put on my best outfit that kind of mimics what we see here. And we're gonna come back, and there we are. Look at this, looking good, looking fresh, looking sweet. All right, so we're gonna shoot this first at 35 millimeter. We're gonna drop it back to 50 millimeter, and then 85, and we're gonna let you guys decide what you think is the actual focal length, and on top of that, I'll make. Now that we have the key light locked in and everything looks good at the backdrop, it was just about Paulina being able to get the pose correct for me and make sure that I looked good and kind of match what Jason was doing in that picture. It took a little work, but we got it locked in, and she's so good now with the camera, it made it easy on me. My biggest level of concern is that the lighting that we have now is going to dramatically have to be moved out of the way because of the way we have the camera set. So 50 we might get away with, but 85 I think we might have to actually reset up the lights. But let's see, maybe I'll get a little lucky. All right, so we're here. We're gonna do 50 millimeters now. I moved the camera back just a little bit, and then we're gonna see if we can still get the same composition, keep the lighting the same, and hopefully that nets us a very similar photo at 50 millimeters, and we'll see what the difference actually is. I do think it's probably shot at 50. It looks very similar. It looks great. I'm pretty impressed with that one.
Ooh, sexy man, I like that.
I mean, that mic. All right, so if there's a will, there's a way. We just shot 3 photos to mimic the Esquire cover that Jason Bateman was just on in my garage. So if you think that you need some crazy place or some crazy camera or some crazy lighting to do things that you find creative, you don't. Just get out there and be creative. All right, now we're gonna get into post, we're gonna clean up. Yeah, it's gonna be great. These are looking awesome. All right, so now we're chilling, we're at our desk. We're gonna pull up the photos that we just shot. We're gonna take a look at what we have and start to pick our selects from the 35, the 50, and the 85 millimeter shot. As you can see, we got our boy Bateman pulled up on the screen right here, but let's just jump right into Lightroom. So I have these photos pulled up, and I'm just gonna go through and kind of pick my favorites from the set. And all right, so we have our 3 photos flagged that we have, that we like, that we want to use in front of us here. So if you look right here on the screen, you can see there's a 35 millimeter pic, and a 50 millimeter pic, and an 85 millimeter. And immediately you can tell they're very similar already, but you can tell just out the gate that this one at 35, there's just a little bit of skinniness that happens to the body, and it isn't so much here. And I'll always resort back. I love 85 millimeter. I love it, everything about it. When I see the world that comes through my lens, and it looks so much like 85 millimeter. Now, I am a sucker for 50 because 50 is the perfect carry around lens. Yeah, I'm not gonna get wide. I have to do a little work walking here and there, but overall, 50 is my favorite focal length, but 85 is just such a sweet pick here. So I'm gonna just do a quick cleanup. I'm not gonna do much. I'm gonna see if one of my presets that I have here kind of cleans this up a little bit. Yeah, that's pretty good. We're just gonna go ahead and apply this to all of it. This is just gonna do a slight cleaning, and just because we're here, we'll just do a couple more things. So we're gonna get into that right now. The sweet spot is gonna be once we kind of get it on the background. So we're gonna bring it into Photoshop after this is done, and we're gonna kind of create our background. And as you can see, if you look at the Bateman photo, there is a textured wall, looks like it might be cement. I didn't have that. So we're gonna create, because, well, we weren't in a studio, we were in my garage. And other than that, everything is pretty similar. Obviously my outfit is not gonna be as cool, and I'm not Jason Bateman, so I'm not gonna be as cool. But I can create every other piece of this and make it look as close as possible. And who knows, maybe Esquire.
Usually you pay double for that kind of action cut.
I already got my Photoshop template pulled up here, and obviously the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drop the first one in. We're gonna go to work a little bit on this and figure out the best way to get it in the screen so it looks good, and then from there, we'll kind of adjust it to make our way toward that final edit, which is how Bateman looks. Okay, I can do two things. I can either drop a texture layer on top and type and remove it, or I can knock out or cut out myself from the image and put it just in the background. A little select subject. Probably gonna do a great job because the new AI is terrific and the photo itself is awesome, so it's easy for the AI to recognize. So drop this up. I like that texture already. Go. Overall, this looks great. I love this. I'm gonna cut and paste. I'm gonna drop this on top as well. And then from here, what I'm gonna do, bring out that texture in the background a little bit while we bring down the background. So you bring it dark, look at that. Look at that. Now, would you look at that?
Would you look at that?
I like texture. I think it adds. So we're gonna delete it from the face, but I'm gonna leave it on the top. And that's just something that I do. Do what you wanna do. And I mean, I don't hate this already. It's looking awesome, right? And it has a highlight up here, which we're not gonna nail it. We never were. But we're gonna get pretty close. And I'm gonna say, I think I did a pretty good job so far here. So let's just rinse and repeat, right? All we have to do is rinse and repeat. It's pretty simple.
I told that to Dad. I told that to my dad.
With our composition locked and the 35mm fitting in there good, we'll go ahead and throw some text on there just to show off what lens we use, and then we'll rinse and repeat with the 50mm and the 85, getting that comp fixed. Everything looks amazing, and I think the little last touch that I want to throw in here is I think we're going to go try to find an logo from Esquire and just throw it on the image, because you know what? F it. If we're going to go all in, let's go all in. And I must say that I am pretty proud of myself that we accomplished this whole thing in probably an hour and 15-20 minutes tops. So don't forget to leave a comment below and let us know what you think of this video. This is where it's at right here. I mean, we just spent 1 hour getting this photo shot in my garage. We spent 20 minutes working through this edit. And if you can see right here, look at what you get. You get pretty much identical version of the Esquire cover with Jason Bateman. Now, I don't want to be like, but any of you guys can do this. All you got to do is use your brains, use your talent, use your gear, and have some fun. These are fun for me. This is great. If I'm going to say my personal favorite, and this is subjective, I like the 85. I like the way it looks in the skin. I like the way it looks in the face. I like the way it portrays the shape of the body. It's not too thin. It's not too wide. I would say it's my favorite probably of all the lenses. And as you can see, it doesn't really matter what you use, because as long as you're creative and you put your heart and your passion into it and you do something that you are going to be proud of, the turnout always turn heads. Now, thank you guys for checking this video out. We had a lot of fun doing this. This was a fun project for us to do just at home on a Saturday. Hit us with a comment below, like and follow on Instagram, like and follow and subscribe on YouTube. We're always trying to do more content. This was super fun for us to do. Love you guys, and hope you guys enjoyed this. All right, aloha.